Wait, is this an institute, really?
It is the Humor Institute.
Do you give out scholarships?
No. No, everybody pays. But I'm working on becoming a non-for-profit.
Non-for-profit?
Yeah. Yeah,
You're a really shitty businessman.
I like that.
Okay, good.
I always wonder what happens in a non-for-profit when you make a profit. What do you have to do at that point? Go to Mexico and take your money?
And get some really good Coke.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can bring up the house lights a little bit, too, if you want to. Did you grow up in South Florida all your life?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Born and raised in a town called Plantation.
Well, we know Plantation. And, no, you don't know Plantation? Tell them where Plantation is.
It's in South Florida.
And
it's like West Lauderdale, or West Lauderdale.
Yeah. And your family, tell us about your family. Mom, dad, brothers, sisters.
I've got my parents are both teachers. Yeah. Any teachers here, by the way?
Yeah.
How about round of applause for the teachers, please? And I mean that sincerely. Buddy. Thank you. Thank you.
What do they teach?
They initially teach it. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, the son of a teacher. They teach it a lot of things. I'm an idiot. That's what sucked about growing up with two parents as teachers, because I'm like, it's almost like there was so much pressure. Like I had to prove I learned something in school that day in order to eat. Like dinner time was like a game show at my house.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, I'll take science for a scoop of mashed potatoes, please. And the question is, what is antimatter? Oh. Person who's married to Uncle Matter. So. But they were special ed teachers, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but now my father's retired, and my mom is actually the vice president of the Broward Teachers Union.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Powerful.
Very powerful woman.
Very powerful. And do you have brothers and sisters?
I have a younger brother, in case you didn't see my fucking act. And wait, let's see. What's my niece's name? Lily. Haha! Look at that. Look at those people.
We don't care about Lily.
No,
we do.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
And now,
no sisters or anything, just one brother.
Just one brother?
And he's actually a teacher, too.
Oh, okay.
And I'm the comedian. Very proud.
Did you ever think of teaching? Did you ever go in that direction?
Not really.
No?
I mean, I've always wanted, this is true. Since first time I ever did stand-up, I was 8. So,
8?
8. At a summer camp talent show. I knew at a very young age this is what I wanted to do.
Wow. And so did after you got out of high, now when you were a kid growing up and especially in junior high and high school, were you into other things other than comedy and theater or anything like that? Were you into sports? Did you have other hobbies?
I was into sports less. Yeah, Flip Schultz was really a big lacrosse player. Now, my name doesn't have any muscle on it. What are you talking about, man?
But your parents didn't give you Flip, did they?
No,
of course not.
No, it's a nickname off my real name.
And well, what's the real name?
Flipper.
Flipper. We talked about that last night. You did that.
No, that's true.
You did that with Larry the Cable Guy when you were opening for him, right? Tell that story. I think it's fun.
All right, actually, Larry. It's funny too because you started Larry, which is interesting too. But we're talking about me. Actually, the last time I saw Larry, because Larry was a Florida comic too, so always ran into him in the Southeast. And the last time I worked with him was in Atlanta at the Punchline Comedy Club. And I get off stage and Larry's on stage. He goes, "Hey, let's hear it for Flip Schultz. He's a funny guy." Oh wait, should we? Do they know?
That's the thing. You might not know his real name. Larry the Cable Guy's real name is Dan Whitney.
So that's just keeping that in mind. I get off stage. He goes, "Hey, let's hear it for Flip Schultz." "Hey, Flip, that ain't your real name, is it?" And I go, "No." He goes, "What is it?" And I go, "Flipper." The audience laughs. He looks at me, flicks me off. They laugh again. So after the show, he says, "That was really funny. We should do that every show." I said, "All right." So then on the last night, somebody dared me to do this. I get off stage. He goes, "Hey, let's hear it for Flip Schultz. He's a funny guy." "Hey, Flip, that ain't your real name, is it?" I go, "No." "What is it?" "Dan Whitney."
Oh.
And he was actually very pissed.
Yeah.
That
was when he didn't want anybody to know.
Didn't want anyone to know it was a character or wasn't a character. And probably why I haven't heard from him since.
You outed him.
I outed him.
You outed him. Okay, so when you knew at early age you wanted to be a comic. You got into theater and stuff like that?
Yeah, I got my degree in theater at Florida Atlantic University.
Oh, okay.
In Boca Raton.
And then And anybody, was there anybody in your family? And your family were teachers, but was there anybody in your family that was an entertainer? Was there anybody that gave you that?
My grandfather on my father's side was. My father's side had a lot of like theater in them, a lot of perform. Actually, this isn't. Do you know the actor, the actress and teacher Stella Adler?
Yeah.
And Luther Adler.
Well, I didn't know Luther.
He was a very big stage actor too.
Stella Adler.
But the Adler
was quite
family,
famous.
I'm related to them.
Really?
I'm like third, fourth cousins.
You ever met them?
Well, they're dead, so no.
No.
They've been dead for a while.
Been dead for a long time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But my Luther Adler was actually in a classic Twilight Zone episode.
Oh.
One of the original Rod Serling ones. So.
Very nice.
Yeah. So I had that in my blood.
So you kind of knew that growing up?
My dad, when I was younger, he woke me up just to watch the Twilight Zone episode. He said, "That's your cousin. That's your cousin." And I said, "Oh, I want to meet him." And he said, "No, he's dead." So.
And I want to be like him.
Dead?
No.
Oh. Yeah. These are, I'm trying to.
Very much so.
I feel like I'm at a seminar right now.
We are. We are at a seminar.
We're at the Institute.
Exactly. And so you get out of college, and you're how old?
I was, when I graduated college, geez, it was in 90, I was about 22, 23.
Okay. And then right into stand-up comedy?
Well, I'd been doing, first time, well, if you don't count the 8-year-old talent show, my first official open mic, I was 18.
Okay.
It was at a little bar in Sunrise, Florida. And I'd been doing open mics and stand-up throughout college. And yeah, when I graduated, no, this is true. 96 and 97, those summers, I did summer stock theater in Texas, in Galveston Island. And then I graduated college in August of 97, and that was pretty much the start of my full-time comedy career.
And then, so from the time you were 18, open mic night, how many years until you were really headlining pretty much all the time? And I was going to say, that because that's when you're making a living. Yeah. How many years? Are you doing it yet?
You want to pay me more?
No. No, I don't.
No? Then I'm not doing very well.
Okay, damn it.
No. I think when I probably 18, I probably was full-time making my full. Well, I moved to LA in 2001 when I was 26. Do the math. So I guess you would count that as, because before that I was still living with my family, doing the road and headlining rooms, but my base was still my mom's and dad's house. So
right.
I consider myself a full-time on my own stand-up when I moved to LA and pretty much paid everything doing stand-up.
Okay. So about 8 years.
Yeah, about 8 years.
Which is pretty. I think is pretty common. 8 to 10 years.
I mean, I was now I feel like I was headlining rooms. You got to understand, Les. I just wasn't living on my own yet. So
I knew that.
Such a comic's ego. You got to understand, I was headlining.
Sure.
I just wasn't living on my own.
It's okay.
But I had the time.
It's all right. Now you got to play.
Actually, I think you were the first club to ever headline me.
Really?
I think so. Yeah, probably around 99. Around then is when I think you were the first like major club to headline me for a full week. When you get famous,
there
you go. Always keep a positive
we're going to talk
attitude.
about that. You won't get there if you don't believe.
Exactly.
And so you move out to LA. You're 26 years old, and you're how old now?
27.
Come on.
Is anyone in LA? No, I'm 38.
You're 38 years old. Okay, so you put some time in, and
20 years. December 13th.
And you have, and this January, coming up very soon, your first movie where you have a significant role, correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the male lead
gotcha.
in the movie.
And you've been in some other stuff. And where I'm headed with this is how tremendously hard it is to even get the smallest part in a movie or a television show, correct?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's almost unimaginable how hard it is to get it, and so you've got this
unless
coming
it's
out
porn.
Soon. What's that?
Unless it's porn, and I've done a lot of those.
Have you really?
Oh my God.
Were you a stunt dick?
Was I a stunt dick?
Yeah.
No, I was a lead dick.
You were a lead dick?
Yeah, I did. I
thought you were a stunt dick.
No,
I knew you were a stunt dick.
No, I'm hung like an off ramp. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah,
well, you're long and lanky. People would expect that.
Yeah.
Sure. This woman, she's a pro.
Gina?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well,
absolutely. We discussed that earlier.
I recognize the hair.
Oh, of course. Of course. Now, but you didn't stick in porn long.
Pardon the pun.
Yeah.
No, I just use that to open some. I'm
Open
kidding. I
some
really
doors.
hope you guys don't take me seriously. I gotta find out Flip Schultz on the porn. No, never.
You didn't use that
I didn't.
name.
No, I didn't. I use Flipper exactly. Because every time I finish, I went. Won't even tell you about the blowhole.
Hey! Hey!
Come on, take control of this train. Les.
No, I'm not. There's no reason to. Okay, so you get this movie.
Yes.
This movie's coming out. Just give us the process of getting the part. And I mean, what did
honestly,
Okay.
it's really like it's kind of like one of those classic holy shit it was that easy kind of stories, which is totally going to put us, because usually you're right, it's a lot of work and like audition process and just but here's what basically happened. Before this movie, I did another spoof movie that came out earlier this year. It was a spoof of Twilight. It was called Breaking Wind, and you can look it up. It's really stupid but funny. It's a funny, stupid, like one of those movies. But the director, they cast me in at very last minute because they, I played, if anybody ever seen Twilight, I played the father in the spoof. I kind of look like him without the beard. And one of my friends who's a comic was producing it, and he said, oh, I know a guy that looks like him and he's funny. Bring him in and take a look at him. So I went in, auditioned, they cast me, ended up doing really well in the movie, and the director turned out was working on another film. And he wrote the lead part with me in mind because he was very impressed with what I did with the other one.
Oh, cool.
Which is really cool. So when they, thanks. So but the thing is, I didn't know that. So they called me. I got a call from the casting people saying, just making sure you're coming in today. And I had no idea what they were talking about. And I called my agent, who was just a commercial agent, and they said, oh, you didn't get their call? I'm like, no. So they sent me the lines to audition with, and I literally had an hour to prepare. I go to the audition, see the director, realize it's his film, but I thought it was just another little part, and he goes, no, this is the lead, and I was like, ha. And I did the audition, and then over the course of about a month, I read with some other women who were going to play my daughter and my wife, but I was the only guy that was reading for the lead part, and so pretty much from the beginning, he wanted me, and the producers liked me, so that's really how it happened with that.
Man,
so it's rare. It's rare for that to happen.
Well, it is. But you put a lot of years in to network.
Yeah, like you said, it's believing in yourself. I don't want to get all philosophical and things.
No, that's what it's all about.
But it's just like, to be I think in any kind of profession, you don't go in going, okay, I just want to get by. You believe in whatever you want to get in. You want to be the best and the top at your game. And I think as a performer, when you have that attitude behind you and you just put out that kind of thought, those kind of thoughts and that kind of energy, things will start coming back to you if, again, you put in your time and really dedicate to your craft, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So I think of that as a true blessing. It's called 30 Nights of Paranormal Activity with the Devil Inside the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. I know, that's every time I perform at a club now, the hosts hate me because they're like, usually I could just tell you the guy's credit, but I got to fucking read it off a card because it's the longest title ever. But that's the name. It's going to be on Amazon, Best Buy. I know is going to be carrying it. It's not going into theaters, unfortunately. It's going right onto video, but you can download it. Yeah, video on demand, Redbox. I think Redbox is going to carry it, so it should make some noise. I'm very excited about it.
It should be. And now you just recently married.
Yeah.
Like not even a year, or
a
little
year
over
and a half ago. We got married July of.
And her name is
Allison.
Allison.
Yes.
And Allison is a comedian.
Yeah. My wife is a comic.
And you have started to work together as a little bit, as not really a team yet, or although you played with that some.
Well, what we do is, see, I feel like whatever.
Nobody watches this shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying, if anybody, well, hopefully next time I'm here, Allison will be with me.
Yeah.
So, but I'm spoiler alert. When we perform together, Allison will go up. She does like dirty songs on the guitar. I married a guitar act, which is not as bad as a ventriloquist, trust me. And it's true. Or a prop act, God forbid.
Oh, no.
And she'll do her thing, and then I'll go on stage, I'll do my thing, and I'll talk about my wife, but never reveal that it was her. And then at the end of my show, I'll suddenly go, oh, my wife sings songs on the guitar, and the audience is like, what? And she comes up, and we have a little banter that we do, kind of like a Stillers and Mira and Mickles and May, and then we do have a little song that we sing.
Now, when you got married, before you got married, okay, because I have known 4 or 5 comedians that have married a comedian, and in all honesty, none of them are still together.
Oh, really?
Yes, because and I'll tell you why.
Wow, way to really build me up here.
I want you to be together.
So enjoy while you can, Flip,
Yes,
because it's going to be over
and I'll
soon.
tell you why it was. In each case, it was professional jealousy that ruined their
Oh,
marriage.
I'm much funnier than her. Are you kidding?
Exactly.
Are you shitting me, please?
Now, see, that was it. And it really, that was what happened in so many cases. One or the other. Of course, it's going to be rare that both people move
up together, yeah.
Together, So one or the other moves up quicker. And the other one did not deal with that well. Kind of a thing. And I just wonder if that's something that you two have talked about. The what if?
No. I mean, to be honest, like at the beginning of the relationship, Allison started getting like there was a big management company. Oh God, I forgot their name.
Really big.
Really big.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Some of bitches
and
are
they
big.
were kind of scouting her.
Yeah.
So she went in for a meeting, and I'll be honest, I got a little jealous.
Yeah.
But I told her, and I said, look, I hate that I feel this way. I really do. You never want to be in the way of your partner's dreams or whatever. And I got over it very quickly, and now I actually beam with pride when she's on stage and she's killing. There are moments when I can't follow her, and at the time on stage, and maybe afterward for a little bit, you're like, oh man. But then at the end of the day, you're like, she's funny. And
Well,
I can't be mad about that.
So she becomes famous before you do, and can't give you a part in the television show or the movies that she's in. That doesn't bother you at all,
Then
right?
guess what? I got myself a sugar mama, and I don't need to work no more.
Exactly.
So
That's what I wanted to hear, Flip.
yeah.
No, because I did see that, and that seems to be a thing, and I'm always curious because I think that so often people get married and in any situation, but especially when you're both performers and you're touring and all that kind of stuff, and they don't talk about the
what if.
the future, the what ifs,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, and I gotta say this too. This struck me, and I'm going to open it up to questions to you guys. This struck me in your show, a statement that you made. And I've been meaning to say it all week, and I keep forgetting. When you get ready to do the blowjob joke,
Wait, could you do that again?
pretty good at that, aren't I?
You suck.
Okay. Thank God. Thank God.
It's a double
But
entendre.
you say before you go into that, we weren't making love yet.
Yes.
She was down there.
Yes.
Referring to the fact that having oral sex is not yet making love.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. President.
Yes. And I was wondering why you didn't go there, because that is the Clinton reference, right? Because Clinton was able to say, or I think even got it legislated, that oral sex was not sex. That was not, unless it was intercourse, it wasn't sex.
That's true. That's why I have not had sex with many other women since I've gotten married. And I will not have sex with anyone in here tonight. It was a joke.
I mean, did you think about that?
Not really. You want to know honestly why?
Why?
I didn't do it tonight, and because we had to cut the show short so we can do this. But that joke usually is followed by, and then we started making love. And I go into another joke about something that happened while we were actually having sex.
Right.
So to me, it just sets the story up better structurally to say that before saying.
And to me, I'm going to tell you, once a woman touches me anywhere in a way that is moving towards intimacy.
Both of you are surprised.
Yes. Yes. Yes, totally.
Totally. Then you go to bed.
Right. And look at the whole crowd. Y'all are surprised that it's happened. You're looking at me. But, I mean, for me, at that point, I go, we've started making love at that point.
What?
At that point. And we have started making. But for you, it's like, man, if it ain't in there, we ain't eating this. This is all bullshit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Until yeah.
What are you?
Yeah.
What is this? What are you, a ninja?
Yeah.
Oh, you go. Night, night.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
You should.
Oh, I wish it made this. I wish it made this noise.
Oil can. Oil can. What?
Poodle.
What are you making, a balloon knot?
I was. Let's make a balloon.
Are you a clown?
I know. Any questions for Flip? Anything at all? Anything that strikes you? Anything about comedy? Anything about his show? Is there any?
Your wife's last name? Schultz.
Thank you. Her professional name is Weber, Allison Weber. Yes. You can actually look up her website at, it's true, dirtyguitargirl.com.
Wow.
That's her website, yeah.
There's no reason not to marry that girl.
You know, actually, did I tell you the first words we said to each other? Did I tell you that story?
No, you did not.
It's a bit of a dirty story. You guys all right with that? Just with some...
Okay. All right.
Everybody's checked out already. Like, look, we appreciate this, but we got fucking babysitters. We really got to get home to.
No, if they wanted to leave, they would have left.
What's that? Oh, $300. They go, they remembered your callback over there.
That's all right, but it's not sex. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
We're in Sarasota. Nobody has a babysitter.
No.
That's true. That's true.
People don't have jobs. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Get the hell out, lady.
Gina, you go wash your hair right now. It was getting a little stiff.
So what was your first word?
Words we said to I have an alter ego, a character that I do named Skippy Green,
Yes.
which is
Very
filthy.
Very
it's basically an old filthy Catskill comic. It's like an old like hey da 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 da, and but filthy, just language subject filthy. It's fun, and I close my show singing a song I wrote about how I enjoy giving oral sex to women, and I'm cleaning that bit up for you. So I do this song, and Allison, we had never met before. We met doing this show together in Los Angeles at the Improv Comedy Club. And I get off stage, and Allison said, she tells me later, she goes, when I saw you do that song, I knew I could talk to you. Because she has a sick sense of humor, too. So she walks up to me, and I swear to God, she goes, Skippy, thank you so much. I came 3 times during your song. To which I said, care to make it a 4th? And that's how Mommy and Daddy met. Yeah.
That night?
That night. And then we actually ended up getting married on that actual stage at the Improv a couple years later.
Did you actually do it on that stage?
Not with her, no.
Oh.
I won't lie, one time it was fun. Not in front of a crowd, though.
No. That was the whole porn thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen. Yes. What? Yeah.
I thought somebody stood up. Oh, yes, sir.
Yes.
A lot of your jokes are related to life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take notes throughout the day?
Yes, actually. Mental notes.
Can I answer this? He's got a book back there. He's got a book. I'm not kidding you. He opened it up. It's this thick. It looks like an accountant's ledger of all the jokes, and they are categorized, and they are placed, and they are very orderly. And when he plays this club, he will write down every night what he did for that set, so that when he comes back the next time, he knows to vary the setup for the crowd. He's pretty disciplined.
Yeah.
He doesn't appear it. Very structured. Yes, he does. He does.
Like, and matter of fact, the what I do, like, I'm not sure if this happens to you or any other comics, but like at night when I'm falling asleep, that's when my brain really is. It's kind of unwinding, and a lot of different thoughts go through my brain, and I just kind of let it happen. And a lot of times I'll come across a premise. And the joke that I did tonight about the husband ghost stories, the whole thing, gather around, that whole thing, that literally came to me as I was falling asleep, and I didn't want to forget it. And you know, like when you're falling asleep, the last thing you want to do, anybody, you don't want to wake yourself out of a sound sleep to write something down. So I had my phone. I keep my phone next to me at the bed, and I have my voice recorder on it. So I'm like half asleep, and I go, oh, and I just grab my phone and I go, idea for a joke. Ghost stories about being married and how it freaked me out. And Allison was next to me. She goes, what are you doing? I go, I thought of a joke. And then I just went back to bed. So yeah, I'm always trying to keep my mind open, and any kind of idea I get, I say it or write it down, because you never know.
You never know. Anything else? Yes?
I was just wondering, have you always done physical comedy? Because your physical stuff is so funny.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've always been very animated. Like, that's just kind of been my thing, I guess. I was a very wired kid.
What was the Carlin reference?
Oh,
George.
I got to open. I worked with George Carlin a couple of times, and when I got off stage the first time, George Carlin says, "Hey kid, you were funny. Man, you're like an ostrich on PCP." which is the best quote, by the way, to ever have. But yeah, actually, I used to. Do you remember when I was really animated?
Yeah.
Like you'd think I was on crack.
Right.
I was just
that was
jumping
before, that
all
was
over.
before you had material.
That was pretty much before I
remember
was
that.
filling it up,
We all did- we
or
all did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I'd come out, with a golf club asking about birthdays.
I was waiting for that. Anything else? Ladies and gentlemen, thanks, Flip. Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much for coming out.
Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time.